Hey guys, so I can finally share a little bit of interesting news, interesting to me, news about the channel and about me personally in this long-delayed Fiddly Bits. So you may or may not know that I have a ton of new subscribers over the last month, since the last time I did one of these Fiddly Bits. For them, Fiddly Bits is just a shop update, if you will, with other tidbits or video that I've taken that you might find interesting or entertaining. Fiddly Bits is not for everybody. It was really just started as a way to connect with my longtime subscribers and community. But I hope all my new subscribers will join in for that. So let's get right into it. The lathe. Well, the lathe got pushed down the priority list a little bit. And there's two reasons for that, both of which I'll get into in a minute. But it's still here, it's still partially disassembled. The gearbox is basically done. I just have to put the video together and do some final touches. And the bench is done, but I have not completed the backsplash. I really want time to do this whole project correctly, and I don't have the time lately. And as you probably know, if you make videos, it takes double the time. So I sort of made an executive decision that I'm going to hold off on the lathe for a little while, and until I get time to concentrate on it and do the project the way I want to, the way I envision it, instead of just kind of throwing it back together. I did find some paint at Ace Hardware. This is machinery gray, and it's enamel, and it's a good color for what I was thinking about. I've been going back and forth about whether to paint it, and I think that I'm going to paint it. At least part of it. I had to do a repair on the gearbox case, so it's going to have to be painted anyway because that repair is going to look like crap otherwise. But yeah, this machinery gray, it's a pretty good color, and it's not a ton of money. It's maybe $5 a can, and I got several cans of it. It might be kind of hard to find, but I understand that any Ace Hardware can order it. Had about 12 auto repairs too in the last couple months. Anyway, just out of the way. Okay, so real quick before I kind of get into the reasons why the lathe got put on the back burner, let me give a shout out here to MicksWorkshop. Micks sent me these stickers at least a month or two ago, and I just haven't done a Fiddly Bit since then. And you go check Mick out. Mick's got some interesting stuff. He's also into 3D printing, and he's done a lot of organizational type things for his shop, a lot more than I have, and I mean, several hundred hours it seems like in organization type stuff. But he also has a lot of your normal home workshop stuff, metalworking and that kind of thing. Check him out, MicksWorkshop, and tell him Eddie sent you. So the first big reason of why things have slowed down around here, and actually they haven't slowed down, I'll talk to that, is that I got contacted, and I have a new gig, basically. I got contacted a couple months ago and asked if I was interested in a job doing basically running social media for a company. And I'd never done anything like this before, but they liked my video style, I guess, and me, so they offered me a job. And this is an actual job. This is not a sponsorship job or whatever. I'm actually running the social media for this company called Hipa, which makes small engine parts. I guess you could say that my channel here got me a job. YouTube got me a job. I don't know. I've not been in the corporate world for a long time. I prefer to work for myself, and this is sort of an independent contracting situation, which is kind of why I held off saying anything about it, because I didn't know exactly where it was going to go. I'm pretty confident that it's going to be a more longer term thing, so I wanted to go ahead and talk about it. Now, this is not in any way going to affect the channel. The channel stays the same as it is. This channel is not sponsored by Hipa. And I'll rarely mention it on this channel. That's not the point of this channel. Hipa has their own channel on YouTube. They also have, you know, Facebook, the normal stuff, Facebook, Instagram, and even TikTok, which has been an experience. I've been making a ton of content for them, and I'll show you some little snippets here, but both stills, video, you know, other types of promotion. So yeah, you know, I'm stretching my video making skills a little bit. I'm stretching my my photography skills a little bit, and I'm making a little bit more professional stuff, quote unquote. But you know, I've been busy making a ton of content for them. I just wanted to let you guys know what's going on. I will put a link in the description to the YouTube channel, which I basically have started from scratch, and it's growing, but it's growing slowly. So if you'd like to check that out, feel free to. No obligations, of course. Just wanted to set it out there for you. And again, they make small engine parts, chainsaw chains. I got parts everywhere right now for them, and they do make quality parts. They're not sort of a fly-by-night company. They're trying to make a brand. So I hope you check that out. If not, no big deal. The second reason for the lathe delay is obviously gaskets. At the end of March, I released a video about 3D printing gaskets that went a little bit viral. At least viral for me. It got basically 1,000 subscribers and 100,000 views in less than a month. I have no idea why it took off like it did. It was not a new idea. There's other videos on YouTube about making gaskets with 3D printing. But for some reason it took off. I have a few ideas from the analytics of what may have influenced that, but I'm not going to get into that right now. If you're interested in that, we can have a conversation in the comments about it. I will say that it actually won a Best Homemade Tool of the Week on homemadetools.com, which if you haven't checked out that site, you need to, because it's a great site. And I didn't realize that when you win a Homemade Tool of the Week, you get a lifetime subscription to the site, which is kind of cool. Then the views kind of tapered off a little bit, and I made a follow-up to it, and then for some reason that initial video shot from 5,000 views to 60,000 views in a few days. It had nothing to do with Homemade Tools. Homemade Tools did give it a bump, but it had nothing to do specifically with Homemade Tools. It was organic through YouTube. Anybody who makes YouTube videos knows if they want to grow their channel, if they do hit on something, if they get that one video that kind of explodes like that, you really need to double down on it. And I doubled down on it a couple times. And those other videos, while not as successful as that initial video, were successful for my channel. Leaps and bounds successful for my channel. So that kind of shaped how this channel went in April and May, because what time I did have, I was focusing on these gaskets. I think to me, and people who are like me, they find those videos interesting because I'm not just glossing over them. I did a deep dive on what you could get out of this material, and the tests are still ongoing. Here is our TPU and gasoline. So one other thing I wanted to mention, and it's sort of related to the gasket video, is about dislikes. Now, you know YouTube removed the public viewable dislike count at the end of last year. And creators can still see this dislike count. So if somebody hits the dislike button, I can still see that somebody disliked it and how many people have disliked it, which kind of negates their whole argument for removing it in the first place. But regardless, I never really paid much attention to dislikes, either as a viewer or as a creator. Every video is likely to get dislikes. It's just the way it is. And if a video is on YouTube and gets dislikes just because it's controversial, it's also getting a ton of negative comments. If it's just plain the facts are wrong or misinformation, it's going to get a ton of comments. And if those comments are removed by the creator, then that's suspect in itself, and you just move on. You use common sense. So dislikes aren't a big deal. Now if they remove the comment section, that'd be a whole another issue. And when a creator removes their comment section, that's a whole other issue. But dislikes, to me personally, I don't care. If it makes you feel better to leave a dislike, it's fine. Not everybody's going to like me, not everybody's going to like the content, not everybody's going to like the way I film it. Somebody may think there's too many pans, or I zoom in too much, or whatever. Or they just flat out think I'm wrong, and that's fine. Hit the dislike if it makes you feel better. I don't care. But I did get a couple comments on the first gasket video. Basically, they were the same. Why are there so many dislikes on this video? And I looked at the video, and at the time it had like 1,600 likes and about 30 some dislikes. I think it's at 2,700 and has 47 dislikes right now. So I was thinking, you know, this is like 95% average. This is really good actually for YouTube. You know, anything over 90 to me is, you know, it's pretty good. So because I got 2 comments, it got me thinking, well, what's going on here? Is there something I'm missing? And there is. There's a program or an extension to your browser called ReturnYoutubeDislikes. And you can find it at ReturnYoutubeDislikes.com. And basically what it does is it takes all the dislikes before YouTube made them publicly inaccessible. It made a record of all of those. And then it uses an algorithm to guesstimate, is the best way to say it, what new videos their dislike count will be. Now, I will say that I've downloaded this extension and I used it. And I looked at a bunch of videos. And I looked at my own videos. And they were all fairly accurate. They were within 1 or 2 usually dislikes. But when I looked at the Gasket video, it was showing it had 660 dislikes. Now, I've been making videos pretty consistently now for at least 4 years. I have hundreds of videos that I've done. I don't have 600 dislikes total for all those videos. So this was obviously a little odd to me, and it was a little worrisome. So I contacted the company that does this, and I got on their Discord, and I actually had a conversation with what I think is the main programmer or the founder of the thing. And I told him the situation, and he looked into it, got back to me within the day, and said that there was a slight programming issue that was affecting a very small minority of videos, and he corrected it. And now if you use that program and you look at it, it's within 1 or 2. Last I think I checked, it has said I had 48 dislikes. I actually have 47. No big deal. Don't care about that. 600 on the other hand is a whole different issue, because you know, if a lot of people are using that extension, that could have really messed up the retention time on it. If people click on this video and they see it's got, you know, so many likes and half again as many dislikes, they might just click off thinking, yeah, that's, you know, it's trash. Now, I mention this for 2 reasons. One, if you're a creator and you get a comment like that, or you want to check what the public can see about your dislikes, you might download the program. I do recommend the program. These guys got on this and corrected it within, like I say, I was talking to somebody within an hour. They corrected it within the day. So I'm not going to say anything bad about them, because you know, they're trying to do something, and generally they're pretty correct. But if you're a creator and you get comments, or you want to check your own to what the public is seeing, I recommend you do that. And for viewers out there who really like the dislikes, really like to see what the dislike count is, I do recommend the program. That's enough talking. I have a little bit of video here of Dad and I on the Etowah River in a john boat, and really cool, what I call a weir, but they actually name it a dam. So yeah, so I appreciate you guys watching. I appreciate all the new subscribers, and anybody that's held out this long. I would encourage you to smash that like button or tickle the dislike button. Your choice. I don't care. Anyways, guys, thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.